Down, 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 down. What's that now? Come on. Yeah. Come on, Buffett. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. You were first, Jared. Well done, mate. Gunhead, Trevor, Angelic, Matt Thomas. What's going on, legends? Kevin Kirkwin. Hey, Kevin. So your voucher has been sent to you, mate. Step it up. It's the pack and order. Come on, how do I do this? Come on. Out. Come on. Good boy. How is everyone going? Yeah, I know. It's cooling down a little bit now. I think it was still like 30 something degrees though. Corey, how you going, legend? Jamie Bryant. Hot up in outback New South Wales, I bet. Man, it was in the 40s here today, so yeah. Almost hit 40 here in WA. I know, how crazy is it? $33 here in Sydney. Oh, is that how hot it is right now? I reckon it wouldn't be too far past. It would be either a little bit hotter or a little bit. Oi, Chris, you bloody legend. Go Doge. Let's have a look. Let's see how hot it is where I live. I'm actually getting better at typing. I mean, I probably can't type like most people, but yeah, it's still 30 where I am. Yeah, crazy. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, like I don't know if you guys can hear it, but like I used to type like this, and I can remember the stuff we used to do at school, but then like I just took it to YouTube, as I know a lot of people do when they want to learn things. Oh yeah, I just took it to YouTube and was just learning hints and tips about where to rest your hand and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know, just little things that I probably wouldn't have picked up by myself. I can now do by myself. I'm self-taught and can touch type at a pretty good rate. Yeah, nice. Paul Miller, what's going on, legend? Yeah, so I don't know how to say it, but like it's like QWERTY or something like that, and that's like what I've been learning, like, because I didn't know, like, who was to know? I mean, I guess people would know, but I wasn't to know that there's like different like Englishes and different fucking keyboard setouts and stuff like that. That's when it starts to get really, really confusing. I added some new additions here. Um, some of my pops that I've got. Some Harry Potter pops. I do have all the wands. I've got all the Harry Potter wands, and they're all like official Harry Potter stuff. But I only put the Harry Potter one out there. Yeah. Yeah, I used to use Doric for a while when I was Unix admin. Oh yeah. Have you read all the HP books? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like the HP computer, or do you mean like HP is in Hampton Park, or I don't know what you mean. Oh well, if you ask me if I read all of my HP books in regards to my new laptop, yeah, I definitely did. Oh, Harry Potter, my God. Did I read all the Harry Potter books? So like, I have a massive, like, extensive collection of Harry Potter stuff. I have, I don't know, they're just here. Hold on one sec. What about that? Some of my Harry Potter stuff is in a HP book. Is in a HP box. Wow. But I have like literally about 10 boxes of Harry Potter stuff. These are just the 3 books that I have here. So this one I'm led to believe is a rarity. So it's a hardcover, and it is the Chamber of Secrets. So I'm led to believe that this one, because it's a hardcover, is a bit rarer than the other ones that are soft cover, like these ones. Yeah. I got this shit too. I have so much Harry Potter stuff. Obviously Lego. Anyway, that's all I've got inside. The rest is in storage. I got heaps of cool pops. So I've got the Dobby one. I've got the Ron Weasley one. I've got the Hermione Granger one. I've got Harry Potter himself. Albus Dumbledore. Gilderoy Lockhart. George Weasley. One more, that's it. Bloody Baron. Oi, how good's Lego, Angelic? I love it, Lego. So anyone who's got children, they will concur. So I love Lego until I step on it. Hey Biff, what's better for you, YouTube or Discord? If you're talking about like to get in contact with me or something like that, like it's much easier to get in contact with me on Discord. Like YouTube doesn't offer like an email or anything like that. But I do have an email connected to my channel page. But yeah, definitely if that's what you're referring to. And thank you, you bloody legend. What's wrong? I'm going to toilet. Oh yeah, so I think every time like a moron. Anyway, this is the Discord. So if you guys want to know how to get into the Discord, if you just press on that, it's so easy. I do it every live when I'm on my phone. You just click on it and it will take you straight to the Discord. Nah, it was me. I do the same thing every single time. And like I even know, but like it's got, how crazy is it? It's got like the tiniest little spot you can press it without it going into that, which is like the line, the top line. Yeah, I found that out so many times. Oh, my dog. I'm just taking my dog to the toilet. He's doing my bloody head in. All right, give me one moment. Come on. Like a bird on the fan doing. This love will end in rain when she died. Watching the wrecking crew with the wife, and she hates missing out on your lives. Have a great weekend. Legendary Josh Gadouche. What is that on you? I thought it was what it was. It's Viking runes on runes on your profile picture. I thought it was that. But sometimes, I'm sure you guys, if you guys are into the Norse stuff, that sometimes you see something that looks like a Viking and it's like white power or something like that, and you're like, damn, I didn't want that. Put that over there. If I dismiss your pinned message, is that everyone or just me? I think it's like I don't know what you mean by dismiss, but like, you don't have to click on it if that's what you mean. I used to build RC boats. I used to build RC boats hulls from Canada, two-stroke and nitro custom boats for customers. Damn, oi, that's hectic. Um, that's hectic, Dave. What brought that on? Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, right? So I didn't know that these boats could go so fast, and it wasn't until I was in the local waterway, and there was a couple of like 18, 19-year-old kids there in their little shinny, and these things were monoing. I've never seen nothing like it. They were literally, and this is no word of a lie. Like if someone had have told me this, I would have said bullshit. There's no way. So basically, what they were doing is like they were getting up. So they were, I don't know how they did it, but they were getting so their motor was the only thing that was touching the water. So their motor's propeller is the thing that's keeping them, and their motor, it's only the propeller that's in the water. Has anyone else seen this? I actually rate that stuff. I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to do that. That'd be mad. Oh, thank you, Trent, you bloody legend. Welcome in. Best community on YouTube, hands down. You can come in here and see for yourself, and you'll see. Oi, Robin Banks, you bloody legend. So I sent out 8 gift certificates today. So if you were one of the 4 people that won from the last live where I gave away prizes, all 4 of those prizes have been sent. Also, Mr. Binks, your prize has been sent. Jonesy, your prize has been sent. There's more. Tyson, your prize has been sent, and then there's one more. It's 3 letters. I can't remember. Oh, Kevin, that's it. You actually were the other one. Oh, you got the email? Legend. Awesome. Fuck, it's hot in here now. Thank you, Usus. Oi, Boomerang Girl, you bloody legend. Hey, Biff, what was the name of the beautiful park you were in the First Nations people at the rally? So, to be fair, I actually looked for a park name, but I couldn't see one. But I believe it's like the fallen emergency services park or something like that. Doge, JD, you bloody legend. Doge. So I'm trying to scroll and I can't find it. But Corey, like someone just pointed out in the chat, if you're going through a hard time at the moment and you're looking for somebody to talk to, there's plenty of people in this chat that would more than happy to chat with you, myself included. So if you add that Discord link that's just down there, so you will see that you'll be able to join that Discord. You can do private chats, you can chat out in the open, but you can do private chats and stuff like that. But yeah, don't feel like you have to go through this stuff alone, mate. Like 100%, we're a community and we look after each other. So if you're going through some kind of a difficult time, we can, we definitely want to be here to help you. Oh, you cut your eye again. What'd you do? That's how you got inside, wasn't it? I've never seen anything like it. My dog literally uses his head like a battering ram, and he can push through certain doors in my house. I'm telling you. And literally, he's got like, I showed you last week, he's at the end of his like last eczema outbreak. But if you have a look at him, he like literally, this your boy. Look what he's done to his eye. What have you done? Yeah, I might go turn the aircon back on a bit. He's like panting a little bit. It is getting hot in here. I'm actually sweating. So I might just turn it on. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Come on, you big bloody. Much better. Much better. Oi, Ebsy, you bloody legend. Yeah, that dog is massive. So he is huge. He weighs 80 kilos. Yeah, he's massive. He's a big boy. So my dog's dad, who is actually in Australia now too, he is the biggest American Bully XL in Australia. So his dad, right, it's just crazy to even imagine it, right? So he is the biggest dog I have ever seen. But his dad, like, is crazy. His dad has got almost 10 kilos on him and he's massive. Massive. Oh yeah, he's huge. And like, that's the thing, like, I don't think people understand, especially like these pieces of shit that run through your house and are doing all these horrible things, and they come to my house, they're gonna get attacked by 3 dogs that weigh that much. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna weigh 60 kilos wringing wet on a good day. All I'm saying is when my dog, every single one of my dogs has been trained with the attack suit, and so every single one of them knows exactly how to use their weight. And so he will run up and he will put both of his paws on your shoulders, because he knows damn well it doesn't even matter if you're 150 kilos. If something at 80 kilos is hitting you like a cannonball, guess what? You're hitting the ground. And he already knows, when he jumps up on you, he tries to launch his body up here so he can put his paws over your shoulders, and that's what he does. And he'll push you to the ground, and then, I mean, yeah, they're all trained differently, but they will hold you to the ground, and until I get there. So like, and the more that you try and like, and also, so all of them are trained. So the the reason I got my dogs into training the way I did from watching um, Dynasty or Dog Dynasty, from them guys training their dogs, and so I train my dogs exactly the same. So if you rock up to my dog with a knife in your hand, right? So I've got one dog inside, two dogs that are outside all the time. So if you rock up to my joint and you've got a knife in your hand, you can take your pick, because every single one of them dogs is going to try and get you to the ground. And so one of them will hold your arm, which is holding whatever it is, and will try and get that out of your arm. So I don't know if you've ever seen a dog ragdoll something, but like I'm telling you, I don't care how tough you are, how tough people think they are, if you're getting jumped at by an 80-kilo dog and he's got your wrist in their mouth and they're ragdolling your wrist, you're letting go of whatever is in your hand. 100%. Oi, Binksy, you bloody legend. Your gift certificate has been sent. Not true? Oh, well, I challenge you to rock up on my doorstep being a hero then and see what happens. Shane. Like, I don't care what anyone says. If you're 150 kilos even, if you get hit by something at your chest, you are going to hit the ground. That's 80 kilos. I don't care what you say. They come into your house, face the consequences. And I couldn't actually be more clearer than that. Bring on castle law. That's what I say. Bring on castle law. He probably eats a little bit too much. I don't know if you've seen him. He's not fat, my dog. As a matter of fact, he's an XL bully. So he's actually on the smaller end of XL bullies. Oh, 100%. And I've trained a lot of dogs, and I've never had a dog other than a Rottweiler that I've trained that was so smart and just eager to learn more than bullies. Oh, your big dog Rock? That's crazy. I had a big dog called Rock too. That was when I used to have pit bulls. So I got rid of my last pit bull. I know people are going to say, oh, you've got a pit bull now. No, I don't. I've got American bullies. They're totally different dogs. I got rid of my last pit bull the day my son was born. So that was the last day I owned a pit bull. Oi, Mark, you bloody legend. Well, Blue was pretty protective and loyal. Rip Axel. 100%. Oi, I don't know if you guys, so I'm pretty spiritual. Yeah, I believe, when I say that, I mean like, not talking about religion and shit like that. I'm pretty spiritual. I believe in the afterlife. I believe in the paranormal. And I believe in this thing that's called, and if you have a dog, it pays for you to believe in this thing too. Trust me. It gives me comfort knowing that this may be a possibility. That's all I'll say. So there is this thing that's called Rainbow Bridge, right? Which is where they believe that everyone's dog goes to wait for their owners before they cross over, right? So I'm not talking about into heaven. I'm not talking about into hell. I just mean when they cross over from normal fucking real person life to after person life. So it is highly believed that there is this place called Rainbow Bridge. I know a lot of people are going to fucking hate the name of it, but it is what it's called. And it is apparently where you meet your dogs. You walk across that bridge, you meet your loved pets, and then you walk on to the afterlife. And like I said, it helps me to believe that. And I have absolutely no evidence to prove that that is true. I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? But I promise you, it makes me feel good in my stomach that there may be such a thing as Rainbow Bridge. 100%. Fuck yeah, Loz. I believe in it too, and I think it helps to believe in it. Like, because I, I know that if everyone loves pets as much as they say they do in this chat, I know that there has been a time where you've looked at your pet and you've gone, fuck, there's going to be a time when we're not together anymore. You know what I mean? And I know that I've had plenty of dogs and I've thought that with all dogs, and it's a horrible fucking feeling. And yeah, I know that, like, because of that, because of that feeling, when I came across Rainbow Bridge, it made me feel like warm in my heart, you know, and it made me feel, because I said I believe in the paranormal, I believe in the afterlife, and I really believe that is a possibility, because dogs are massive energy too, you know. True, even Mark agrees. Gadoos. Happens every day with my red cattle dog. And I know, like, we spoke about my pet bird that I had last week, and I had the same thing with that bird. I was like, and I think it's just human to think that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're only human, and I think it's just human to think that. And like, yeah, I had that with my bird too. But I like to think that Rainbow Bridge is like open for every animal. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you have a pet donkey, if you have a pet fucking pot-belly pig, or if you have a dog, or if you have a bird. I believe they're all waiting at Rainbow Bridge, and yep, no one can tell you otherwise. Anyway, I never used to be a dog person until one, he saved my life. I will never find another like him. They are beautiful, 100%. And it's the purest love too. Like a dog expects two things off you, and then after that, they don't expect much. Do you know what I mean? A dog expects two things off you, and that is love and food. And if you give your dogs love and food, they will like fight to the death for you. They will protect you tooth and nail. There isn't anything that dog can do within its capabilities that it won't do. I'm a firm believer of that. We all agree dogs are the best friends you can have. I agree too. Does Zeus sit on your foot? 100%. And what I've noticed too, so MCM, what I noticed is when I'm out in public is when he sits on my foot the most. So I've noticed that, like, obviously, I think that when we're out in public, he wants to know where I am at all times. So if we're ever anywhere that I come to a stop in public, Zeus will sit on my foot every time. They think they're lap dogs. Or 100% angelic. It's funny when you have big dogs, right? Because when you have big dogs, hello, Mumsy. When you have big dogs, it's like when they get to about 6 months old, they forget that they're not a puppy anymore. Because, like, I can't even count. Countless amounts of times I've been just randomly standing there and he will just run up and jump on my chest or, like, knock me to the ground because he weighs so much. And, like, if you're not ready for it and he's like, you hear his, because where I live now is all floorboards except for a few rooms, so like he can't sneak up on me in this house, you know. But in the other house where we had carpet, he was like, yeah, he would full sneak up on me. I'd be like going somewhere, and then I'd last moment it'd be like, whoa, badoosh, ground. Biff, Zeus sees you as his pet human. Yeah, look, I actually believe that too. I believe our dogs think that we're their pet. I think that I honestly believe it. Yeah. What kind of dog don't you recommend? So, I'm a firm believer of it doesn't matter what dog you can have, right? It's the owner that makes the dog what it is, right? So, yes, dogs are like, let's use cattle dogs, right? It's in their nature, it's in their blood. They're going to be a fucking cattle dog, right? So if you have a cattle dog that you don't round up cattle with, you will see what happens when you have a dog with so much energy that you can't fulfill their desires. Um, yeah. All animals see what we can't. I believe that too. I believe that too. I believe that this sixth sense, whatever a pet has, like the dog has, I think it goes beyond what we can fathom. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we don't have a sixth sense, so we couldn't understand it on that level. But it's something about dogs, right? So dogs will just know. So, like, say for instance, there's been times when like I'm home by myself, it's just me and Zeus. And like, let's say for instance, I get a bad phone call, right? Oi, thank you, Angelic, you bloody legend. God, George. Who got that free one? Hursty, you bloody legend. You can thank Angelic for that, the bloody legend. If your dog doesn't like someone, then I'm instantly wary. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. So I think your dogs are the best judges of character, and I think that your dog is going to tell you right off the bat, right? And dogs are funny as like, and I take my dogs. If my dog is barking at you while I am still there, you're a bad person. I don't care what anyone says. My dog would not bark at you if you were a good person. And I honestly believe that. Like, I believe that, yeah, the dogs are the best judges of character we can possibly have. And if my dog, like Matthew just said, if my dog is barking at you inside and not outside, like my dog barks at everyone outside, yeah? Doesn't even matter. He even barks at me until he realizes it's me. But if I'm inside with my dog and my dog is barking at you, you have skeletons in your fucking closet. I don't care what anyone says. Oi, Tanya AD, you bloody legend. Gardoge. Thank you for the membership. Oi, Upside, you bloody legend. My dog used to know when I was sick, would stick with me 100%. So that's what I was going to say before. Oi, Shane, you bloody legend, sending bloody memberships. Gardoge. So yeah, your dog will know you're sick before you know you're sick. So did you know this, right? So there are little legend Jack Russell or fucking Jack Russells or fucking terriers of some kind that sniff out cancer. There are dogs that they send into the front line and they can literally sit next to you as a normal person without having any operations, anything like that, and they can actually find where you have cancer. How fucking crazy is that? How crazy is that? What about Robbo's dogs? Remember the bowls? Oi, so you know what? I hate that. I know of people that do that. The reason that is in there, the reason that is in the Chopper movie is because people actually do that and did that. That was anyone who is in this chat right now that was, around people that were like, maybe dealers or whatever in the 1980s or early 1990s, it was a very common fucking reality for people to do that to their fucking dogs. I just got a new bulldog. She's 4 months old today. Oh yeah, nice. I love bulldogs. Best breed. So, common misconception is that my dog is a bulldog, right? So, an American bulldog and an American bully is two different dogs. So, an American bully is the breed. That's the breed. It's not American bulldog. It's not American pit bull. It's American bully. That's the breed. And the American bully breed has only been around for about 22 years now, maybe 21. It's a very fresh breed. Chopper's dad should have known what a greyhound is. You know what, right? So I actually spoke to Chopper in person about this. This was one of the points that I had in my head my whole life over that his dad. So if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, myself and Rhonda, you bloody legend, is that in Chopper's Reads books, he says that his dad noticed that his next door neighbour's dog was skinny. He gave warning to the next door neighbour and said, listen, if you don't fix this dog, I am going to come and sort it out. Anyway, in the book, he says his dad went over and fucking just had enough one day, jumped the fence, grabbed the dog, drowned it, right? Fucking brutal, horrible. So I asked Chopper about this because it was one of my biggest icks about the book, because obviously I hate fucking cruelty to animals, and I asked Chopper what was the go there, and so he said that it was actually the person that wrote the book's misconception from what he said. So what he actually had, I guess it doesn't make it any better, but what they actually had was a whippet. And so the way he explained it to me was that he thought that the person that wrote the book at the time didn't know what a whippet was, and because he explained what a whippet was the way we probably all would, like a miniature fucking greyhound, you know? And so that's why it came across as a greyhound. But I am led to believe from Chopper's mouth himself that that dog was actually a whippet, and like I said, it doesn't make it any fucking better or any worse, but yeah, that's what I was led to believe. Because I can tell you right now, right, every time that I would have by myself with Chopper, I would be fucking drilling his brain about those stuff that were in his books and on the movie and stuff like that, and it would do his fucking head in, like I would do his head in, I promise you. But yeah, what a fucking legend. Rest in peace, Chopper. Commodore Scardoos. Oh, well, there you go. So, like, I couldn't have told you that, but all I know from myself, that a whippet looks like a miniature fucking greyhound. I don't know, you know, the logistics of it all, but I know when you're a kid, that's what a whippet is. It's like a miniature greyhound. It's like a fucking, you know, like, has anyone seen Doberman pincers? Them things are fucking cool, man. If you guys haven't seen a Doberman pincer, so they are like, you know, like the Resident Evil Doberman looking fucking, you know, those Dobermans that are evil looking, they're like fawn colour, they've got pointy ears, like, because they get cropped. Love it. I'm getting a Doberman. I actually swear by Dobermans. I actually swear by Dobermans. So when I was growing up, one of my best mates' dad had protection Dobermans. I guess that's the only word I can use for them, because you can't call them attack Dobermans. But I promise you, like, they were awesome dogs. And they are very, very agile. So they can be up the back of your property and be at the front of your property in the drop of a dime. I promise you, they are very, very agile dogs. And they love that shit. So they love learning. They're I know people call them different things, but they're guard dogs, you know. They're They're people stoppers. That's what people use them for. They are people stoppers. Only dog designed purely to guard a human. So I'm gonna actually have to fucking like disagree with you there, but you are so true, and it is so close to the other dog anyway. So the only other dog that was bred to protect humans, so that in saying it was bred to protect humans is a fallacy, right? It wasn't bred to protect humans. Rottweilers were actually bred to pull people along in their carts. So there was a time, like in Roman times and stuff like this, where it was a sign of your wealth, where you would have your dogs pulling you around in your cart. And that was a sign of your wealth. And this is, so Rottweilers were actually made to kill like vermin and stuff, you know, like that. Like, I'll say rats, but it's more than that, you know. And then they realized that they were actually awesome people stoppers. Yep, German Shepherds too, exactly the same. So all German bred dogs, I mean, I guess it goes back to times when, you know, things weren't always nice in Germany. But I would imagine that's where all the dogs come from Germany. Because let's face it, like even the Belgians, like the Belgian Shepherds, holy shit. Them dogs are scary. They are freaking scary. Most loving dogs got to be a Staffy. German police used to use boxers. Oh, bullshit. Well, there you go. So they have got to be the most energetic dog. Like, I mean above all dogs. I mean above Kelpies and Border Collies, all that. I honestly believe that a boxer has more energy. Now, it would be very, very similar to like an English Staffy. They have so much energy. I've found that American Staffies, not so much. Once again, I'll say this. An American Staffy and a Pit Bull is the same dog. I won't have anyone try and argue that fact. This is how much I know my stuff with that. They actually have the exact same DNA, which means they're the same dog. I played poker with Ernie Dingo once. No way. Go Ernie Dingo. Cops turned up and had my Jack Russell in here. Cop wanted to search my car. Dog wouldn't let them in the car. Well, your dog knows his stuff, because here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this, right? So if you're ever pulled over on a roadside drug test, a roadside test, even if you're at a fucking drug test, even doesn't matter, right? So if you're ever pulled over by the police and they say to you, righto, mate, trust me, this is a common occurrence for the police, yeah? Righto, mate, I can smell marijuana. I have reason to believe that you have marijuana in the car. We're going to search your car. Guess what, Officer Fuckface? You are not searching my car today. This is what you can say. Don't say it like that or you'll get arrested. But I promise you, this is what you say to the officer. If they ever try to search any part of your property, they need a search warrant, right? A car is a public area. They need a search warrant, right? I promise you. Doesn't even matter if you refuse the breatho. It does not matter. They do not have legal right to enter your car without your permission. Or, obviously, the flip side of that coin is a search warrant. So, 100%. A lot of people need to know that. Mower reference. Oh, I love it. I love it that this mower thing is just not dying. These days, the laws have changed and cops don't need search warrant anymore. So, that's not true. That's not true, right? So I know you're probably talking about Jack's Law, this and that. They have the power to come up and search you for a knife, this and that. That doesn't that doesn't apply. Jack's Law and those laws apply when you are in public, out in public as a person, not in your car as a person, right? So, um, they definitely do need a warrant, and don't let it get it twisted. They will try and tell you that they don't need a warrant. I promise you, they are not. They will not. Once you tell them they need a warrant, they will not go anywhere inside of your car. Also, very important. So new laws have come in this year and changed our laws for filming in public and stuff like that. People need to have a look. They're different in states and stuff like that. But here's the truth. If you are in public and the police officer is in public, you have absolute 100% authority to film them. The only time you cannot film a police officer is when they are doing an arrest that's not yours. So if you just walk up on them arresting someone on the roadside, you can't do that then, right? It's not your fucking right, but it still comes under, you are allowed to film, but they can actually get you for hindering police or interfering with a police investigation if you do that. I promise you, and they will. But these new laws that came out just a few weeks ago have changed everything, and people need to know that the laws for filming in public are not the same as what they were 3 weeks ago. So if you're going to go out and film in public, definitely check what your restrictions are in your area, because I promise you guys, 2026 is a different demon, and you better believe it that people will end up in prison for words. People will end up in prison for filming. People will end up in prison for things that they didn't end up in prison for last year. So it just pays to be a little bit vigilant and know your rights. But I think it's important to always know your rights. Even if you don't have anything to do with the police, I guess most people these days would have a relative or a friend or somebody who is addicted to some kind of drug, especially meth. That is a big thing, and usually every single person knows somebody who is on that. But just know that laws have changed, and the laws that you got away with doing last year don't fly this year. So be careful, legends. Pretty fucked that it has become info. Everyone should know what is happening in this country. I think so too. Like, I think it's fucked exactly what you just said, Sab, is I think it's fucked that we are in a time right now where we have to sit and think whether we're doing something wrong when we're just doing everyday activities. Like, make that make sense. I don't get it. I would imagine that there's going to be a lot of, I don't know what the word is, when, like, say for instance, when you get taken to court and you gets thrown out, you can take them to court and that. What's the fuck that word called? Anyway, I would imagine there's a lot of that going to happen. Yeah, you're right, Doug. So there is a few of them in Australia. I rate them channels, and I think that this is something that needs to happen. I think that if you're going to be an officer of the law, now, I think that you need to be held accountable for what you do. And I think that the times of, police officers not having to give a fuck about what they're doing or their job, them times are over. And I think that 2026, they need to be more present, I don't know what the fuck that was. I actually can't believe how hot it is. I'm sweating up a storm here. I'm almost about to get my singlet on. I'm just going to use the Ablutions Legends. Head full of money on my mind, I'm a tin in my hand and a gleam in my eye. You guys can keep your heat, thank you, lol. There's a cool change coming for a few days. I hope so. I hope so. It's been actually horrible. Straight up horrible. I need to... Oi, not Mumsy, you bloody legend. Money in the power, minute after minute, hour after hour. Alright, so I'll just let you guys know now. Usually I do a giveaway on Friday nights, but we're gonna leave that to tomorrow night. I just want to know that the ones that I sent today, the people know that they've got them, because like I feel like it was very easy to get behind, and I don't want that to happen again. So yeah, I'm just putting it off for one more day. I bought 10 gift certificates today, and I sent 8 out. So we've got 2 sitting there, but I believe everyone that was owed one has got one now, but I just want to make sure they've got it. So those of you that are wondering, we won't be doing a giveaway tonight. We'll do the giveaway tomorrow night. As you guys know, we usually go live most Friday and Saturday night. So yeah, that's just what we're going to do on that. But yeah, I believe everyone's caught up now. Do you know what it was though? So like, it doesn't even matter. But so what it was is that I wasn't checking my spam, and so like there was a lot of them in my spam. But yeah, anyway, we figured it out, and yeah, I believe I got all of them sent out today. I still do have 2 more in case there was more. But as far as everyone who sent me a message on my email address to the Chaos Prize one, all got theirs today. Your cheek chat, trying to work out for weeks. Alright, I'll show you what it is, right? I'll show you what my cheek tat is. Alright, so you can see. So it's a jail like watchtower. It's a jail watchtower, and obviously that's the barbed wire coming out at a 45. What about that? And then obviously that's the barbed wire, and then inside the barbed wire it says wanted. So believe it or not, that I actually got that wanted, put it there because it was a total opposite reason. So it was when I first started social media, blah, blah, blah. And I'd never felt so wanted in my life. And I thought it was like a play on the words. And yeah, I loved it. I love the meaning. But yeah, it's kind of all blended into one now, to be honest. But that's what it is. That's 13. That's a raindrop. Oi, Angelic, you bloody legend, sending memberships again. And Info Junior, congratulations. You just got a free membership, which means you can watch the members only content now. And you can thank Angelic, the bloody legend, for that one. So just so everyone knows, right? When people send memberships, like saying if I send memberships, like if Angelic sends memberships, anyone that sends memberships, they have no pick of where they go. So just so you know, I know that like there's been times when people have been like, oh, how come I never get a membership, you know? Actually, we actually tried very hard for one person in particular to get a membership so many times. But just know, there's never any, so like, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, I never get a membership, your time will come. It is random, and the people that are sending them have no pick at where they go. So just so you know, because I know that there's been times when people have like felt left out or whatnot, and yeah, it's definitely not like that. I actually, so who would be interested who would be interested in doing a reaction style live? So I've figured out this is how we're going to make these lives happen, yeah? So who would be interested in doing a reaction style live? So let's say we're going live now from my PC, one of them, and like we've got, say, a video from a movie, right? A movie. So I know that there's a lot of prison movies that people have been asking me to do a reaction to. And so there's only one way this is ever going to happen. And that's by doing a reaction over live. Otherwise, it is almost impossible to do a reaction on something, anything that has a soundtrack. But for some reason, when you do it on your live, those rules don't come into effect. So, I think that would be something that we could do. Like, I'm not talking about stealing a Friday night live session for watching a movie or whatever, but like during the week, I know that there's a lot of people that can't join the lives. They're working and stuff like that. Their parents. But yeah, I thought that that'd be awesome. I thought that that would be good, and I know that there's so many prison movies that I need you guys to watch. So to understand a lot of things on that level. And once again, so only yesterday, so my son's friend asked me what prison movie or prison series, Australian, is closest to the real thing, right? And I say the same thing every time. Now, I know that I've been asked that question that often that I know that most people would be able to answer that in the chat. So that is Wentworth. 100% the most realist prison movie of late. Like, all right, you've got Stir. Stir's a good one too, yeah? But if I am asked and I say the same thing and people look at me like I'm stupid because it's a female prison, I'm like, mate, don't think because it's a female prison that people don't get killed, people don't get murdered, people, you know what I mean? It is, like, by all means, sometimes worse than a male prison. Oi, Shane, you bloody legend, cartouche. But all right, that was a pretty fucking even, like that was a pretty like solid win for the people that want to see the reactions. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll try it out this week. Plus, also, we've got a lot of people, right? We've got a Discord available, and we've got legends here that are in the chat right now. That and I'm not just talking about my awesome moderators. I mean, there's people that really, really rely on the Discord, and I think that that's awesome. So I want to incorporate a live for the people that are like gaming. So there's a lot of people that watch this live right now that love gaming, right? And people trip out because I'm a gamer. Like, I fucking love my gaming. I'm literally sitting in front of two gaming PCs right now. That's just my PCs. I've got two Xboxes too. But I love gaming. I know you guys love gaming. So I'm trying to incorporate a gaming night. So, all right, hear me out. So I've had help from Gunny, the absolute legend, and we've been like hashing some ideas here. And I think that what's important is that this is not going to be a gaming night just for myself. So it'll be, so say for instance, like let's use Call of Duty for instance, right? There's a team of 4. We can watch that all on Discord or YouTube, whatever, and then I can like give you like a reaction to the gaming. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just going to be, the last thing I want is people to just sit there and watch me game. Like, I just think that is not what people want to do. So I think that, well, let's get everyone involved, and so that means some nights when you go live, if you're the person, because obviously we're not going to be able to, there's a lot of people, like we've got 90 people in here right now, you can only do 4 people at a time. So obviously we're going to have to, go through teams and stuff like that, but it's something that I want to trial and error. I know there's a lot of people here that don't have anything to do with gaming, and probably this stuff won't interest you, but you never know. You never know. Next month you could be buying yourself an Xbox S Series and jumping in on the game, and yeah. I never played Call of Duty seriously or a game like that until I was 37. So yeah, like I said, it's not for everyone. Like I said, we're not going to steal the Friday nights. We're not going to steal the Wednesday nights. But we are definitely chucking a live in there, and it's going to be a gaming live. And how the logistics of that work, like I can't say 100% like in concrete right now, but I want to make it so you guys as the viewer don't feel like, I want you guys to feel involved. Obviously, I've done my absolute best in getting everyone involved in the Chaos Chronicles, and it's worked really, really well. And I think these lives work awesome. But I think I want to try the gaming lives out, and we'll see how they go. 100%. Oi, JD Gardouche! I'll try, but I'll probably throw it out the window. At least go paintball, biff, paintball comp. Well, here's the thing, right? So there are actually games out there where you can play paintball. So like, say for instance, if you're someone that has a PC, you don't game from a console, you game from a PC like one of these bad boys, you can play games like Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, right? Now I know you're probably thinking, bro, I don't fucking do roleplay. This isn't like normal roleplay where, like, although I think that shit's fucking mad too, where you get out there dressed as a wizard and have a fucking sword fight. I think if that's what you love and that's what makes you happy, fuck yeah, do that. But anyway, this roleplay is different, and it's so fucking cool. There's so many things you can do. Like we could literally, so they have they have what's called orgs, right? Which basically means gangs, right? So anyone that's willing to play, we could all sign them up to our org, and that means that, you know, we all look after our own in there. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be really, really cool. Once again, it is not for everybody gaming. I understand that. And that is why I don't want to take away from what we already have here. Awesome live nights and stuff like that. But it is very popular. People are asking me a lot. People have been asking me a lot. As a matter of fact, it's how Gunhead and myself became close the way we are, is because we did start gaming nights here on the Chaos Chronicles, but then we kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. I think that it's awesome for everybody. It's a community thing as well, you know. Do something different each week. Everyone gets a turn. Everyone's happy. Look, I am all for that. Right? And so the best way for you legends to tell me what you would like to do, like you just said, everyone wants to get involved. Everyone gets a turn. Is to jump over on our Discord and just chuck it in there. What you would like to see, and I'm a realist. I'm only going to be 100. I am always transparent. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, if someone says something like, you know, a lot of people have. Yes, he did it. He fucking did it. He fucking did it. He fucking did it. I think I did it. Yes. Yes. All right. So I don't even know what that was, but like, I guess anyone that's been joining the premieres or lives over the last week will understand that we're getting like random power cutoffs, and obviously when the power cuts off means no internet. So that's happened a lot. Not that that's what just happened then. I have no idea what just happened then. I don't know. You officially broke the internet, true? Yeah, I officially fixed the internet. Let's go. Does he cut my Ethernet cable, true? You know what? I used to actually like, you know, I'd say to people, JJ will be able to tell you when she has a joke like that with me, and I would say, it's probably not the best idea to joke on my phone about this type of thing. I am a serious violent offender. I am an ex-1% bikie. They think that I don't even get it. I don't understand it, how they see me as a painted picture the way I am. I don't understand it. I don't pretend that I wish that I could just use this thing now. So for those of you that missed it before, that's fucking Harry Potter's wand. I wish that I could just go Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. I'll tell you what, they're pretty fucking bang on the money though. Pretty bang on the money. They've even got a so I have every wand. I do have every wand that is used in every scene of the Harry Potter movie. Some smaller wands that you only see for a little bit, but I have every wand from the Harry Potter movie. My absolute legend of a mother has the vast majority of them, because there was a time when I would lose everything. But yeah, this thing's like bang on the money. Look at that. Pretty good. Plus, it's got this fucking thing. This thing. You're a fucking gizzard, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry. Do you know, when I was in my naughty days and I used to go raving and stuff, I really, really wanted someone to make a song that said, "You're a wizard, Harry," and then the drop went like in my head. That would have been the best song ever. If it's just like fucking tripped out Harry Potter music, and then it's like, "You're a wizard, Harry." That would be so good. True. Oi, Tex, you fucking legend. What are you doing? Don't go back to the naughty corner. I just bloody noticed you were out of the naughty corner. Why are you in the naughty corner? Do you know what? I don't know if anyone ever knew, but like, if anyone's been a gamer for as long as I have, there used to be this game on Sony PlayStation 2. It was called Music Maker. Um, it is unhealthy how many hours we spent on that thing making songs. I wish that, yeah, I don't know. I think that if people made games like that, they would do well. I also speak parcel tongue. True, I speak fluent double Dutch. Lullaby can Jalbas Silabit Hilabir and Alabab Alaba Kolabod Dalabas Salabai Shilabin. Alaban Ilabit Dalabas and Talaban Milain anything. Alaba Tamila Milabi. Alaba Willabin Alba Silabit Dilabin Talaba Talaba Hilaba Hilabi. Like Lullaby Delabet Celibet Malabai. Balabark Balabo. Right? There's one, like completely 100% fluent. And then I've also got, I can do fucking, like our mate, fucking, that fucking made it, I don't know, you know, like, Akfe Uye Adlai. Coolable. I love it that people know this. So, you know what was funny? When I got to prison for the first time, it was like, oh, you've got to learn this fucking lingo so you know how to fucking talk to people and the screws don't know it. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, let's learn it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I already know that off by heart. And if you think that the screws don't know that, you're tripping. Of course the screws know that. If I learnt that at primary school, they learnt that at primary school. I've put shares in toilet paper, got 250 packs stashed in the stables after your video. Let's go lockdown. Nah, you know what? As much as there is parts of me that would be like, alright, let's strap in for a fucking lockdown. Let's strap in for a lockdown. Let's be honest. None of us are going to really are ready for the reality of that. Like, I don't know if your lockdowns affected you the way they affect. I guarantee you your lockdowns didn't affect you the way they affected me. You guys probably weren't getting arrested as much as I was. I was really testing the boundaries. When they said that I could be out for 1 hour of exercise every single day, I didn't know that you weren't allowed to have your exercise at 4:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. What kind of a dickhead idea is that? That's the best idea ever. And then no one else is out in public. I thought this was a Harry Potter chat. Not true. Sorry if you're disappointed, but it's just what we're talking about tonight. My name's Biff. This is my page. This is my absolute awesome community here. Should I say our awesome community? And this is what we do. We just have live sessions and talk about random things. But myself, Biff, I have spent the majority of my adult life in prison before I decided to change my ways. I was in and out of bike clubs, gangs, stuff like that, and I decided to change my life. And here I am, all those years later, changed my life, sitting in front of this awesome community, and this is what we do. We just sit here and we just do sit, can't you burn out. Wait till he brings out the yowies, true? Wow. Just because you said it. There's one. There's a fucking yowie. Hello. Hello. Hi, welcome to Psychopath Collections. Tonight we're talking about yowies. Yowies quite possibly could be psychopaths too. Especially if you drive trucks in the Pilliga. Text says, I had police raptor come and get me during lockdown, took my bike. Oi, legit, me too, bro. That's when the last prison sentence I done was over COVID. It was for a parole breach. They actually got me at the bank, the motherfuckers. It was so embarrassing. They got me at the bank and I didn't come home for a long time. COVID was not fun for everyone. Let's talk about prison mowers. Alright, true story, Dubby. Right, so one of the first jobs I ever got in any prison was a lawn mowing job for horticulture, which meant that I was allowed to go into any single yard, whether it be protection or whatever, horticulture, go in there and mow the lawns, do the gardening, clean the rubbish, do all that shit, right? That was one of the coolest jobs I've ever had in prison. Horticulture, mowing lawns. So believe it or not, every single one of those lawnmowers was a petrol lawnmower. Every single one of those lawnmowers is powered by a prisoner. And every single one of those prisoners may or may not take petrol for extracurricular activities. I can say that I know of maybe 10 times where I've seen people get doused in petrol in prison. And although everyone else might be thinking, that smells like petrol, how the fuck has he got his hands on petrol? That's where horticulture. I can't believe they still do it, actually. It's like, no, I'm not even going to say that. Hang on. Can I rewind? Wingardium Leviosa. Why's your wand twanging in the wind, mate? Why's your wand twanging in the wind? Sounds like I shouldn't be saying that. I don't understand it, but it sounds like I definitely shouldn't be saying that. Put your wand away, mate. I've got to do my drug driving course next week, finally get my license back. Fuck yeah, Jamie. Are you doing that online or are you doing it in person? If you aren't doing it online, did you know you could do them online? How do I know? Personal experience. Yep, had to do the drug course myself. Had to do the intensive drug course. Not proud of it, but it is what it is. I did get caught drug driving 3 times in 1 week. It was medicinal marijuana. It was my prescription marijuana that I did get caught with. But this was before the discretionary laws came into place, and yeah, I was literally pushing shit uphill with that. It was very hard. But at the end of the day, this is what I came up with. I was like, I don't even care what I get as long as I don't get prison time. If I don't get prison time, I'm doing all right. And so I didn't get prison time, so I thought I was doing all right. But it turns out that I lost my license for over 3 years for that. It was fucking wild. Once again, can I rewind? Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. You're a wizard, Harry. I swear, Binks, all I can hear in my head now is like, you're a wizard, Harry. Fire wire. Good night, Tanya. I actually am going to be jumping off myself in a couple of minutes, legends. I stayed on for half an hour longer, but yeah, I've been getting fucking hectic migraines lately, and my doctor said that I am, well, his exact words were severely dehydrated, because now I can be like quite simple sometimes, and so anyway, I go into the doctor and I said, like, listen, something's going on. I've been getting migraines every single day. I'm waking up with migraines. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever suffered from migraines, but I can tell you nothing ruins your day more than when you open your eyes and you've already got a migraine. But anyway, my doctor said that I am severely dehydrated from the other day. But anyway, because I said to him, after I said I've got a couple of things I want to talk to you about, he's like, oh yeah, no worries. And then when I said about like the dehydration, well, I didn't know it was dehydrated at the time. I said, but I've also got like my fucking kidneys really hurting, And he said, 100% your kidneys would be hurting. Now, I don't think I've ever been dehydrated to this level before. So like it wasn't until yesterday that I felt it. But yesterday, like when I woke up, I was lying in bed, like I woke up with a fucking migraine. Good day. Hello, happy birthday. And then, what do you know? I had these fucking pains in my fucking kidneys. Now, I have never felt anything like that. I used to do boxing as a kid, and that used to be a joke that we used to play on each other. We used to walk up and bang, kidney punch each other. But I've not felt anything like that, and it wasn't until the doctor said it to me, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Fuck yeah. Oi, you need to flush them before 100%. So yesterday, after my doctor's appointment, I bought some hydrolytes. I bought some other things like that. And yeah, I guess, just stay out of the sun. Do you know what the worst thing is though? Like, I think with my MS, right, because I have MS, like when things happen, like stuff, like, because like the majority of my body is numb most of the time from my MS, right? Now, you know what's really, really, really weird? Oi, thank you, Locke, for your membership. Gadoosh! I can't remember what I was saying now. How did this dehydration happen though? So I don't know so the other day, Binksy, I was in Melbourne and I was doing the Australia Day Invasion Day rallies live, and it was fucking 39 degrees in the shade, and the thing was though, like this is what I was about to say. Like the thing is, with my MS, I can't even feel that I'm actually dehydrated because, like, it's really hard to get you guys to understand. But like the way I feel my body is not the same way you guys feel your bodies, you know. And so the other day when everyone was telling me you need to drink water and that, and I was like, no, I'm fine. I've got 2 bottles of water here. Here's the truth. That water means dicks. That water means dicks when you're in the sun the whole time. And as you guys know, like I changed my battery when I wasn't in the sun. I went back to the hotel, and then we went to the invasion rally. So there was really, out of that whole day, I've got like 9 hours of footage in there, and the whole time I was out in the sun. So that is what dehydrated me, and I'm quite stubborn too. Like I remember reading comments from you guys saying like, don't overdo it, you know. But I'll be honest, like I really didn't think at the time that I was overdoing it. It wasn't until I'll tell you what, I didn't notice it until like me and Bush Rangers jumped off live, and I was like, fuck, bro, I actually feel like I've just walked 100 kilometers in the fucking 40-degree heat. That's when it creeps up on you, you know. But I say this, right, it was absolutely worth it. We got some absolutely awesome footage. I'm glad that I went there. I'm glad that I went there, not just for myself, but for you legends, because I think it was important to see things from that level. Because, well, what I noticed, right, what I noticed was that the media will have you believe things a certain way. Now, it's not like fucking, oh, surprise, the media will have you fucking believe things a certain way. But I really didn't expect on both sides of the fence it to be so different than what it was from what I've seen. My hat goes off to the people that were doing the Invasion Day rally. That was really, really well put together. Now, I'm talking about the rally. I'm not talking about the speeches. I know a lot of horrible stuff happened there. I'm not talking about that. I missed that speech, so I can't talk on that. But what I seen was totally different from what I was told to expect. That's for sure. Which is shit. It's shit that is how it works. Do you know what I mean? I hate it. And the only people that I seen assault people were them anti for fucks. So I don't even care that I say that, because you all know that you are anti for fucks and you are difficult fucking people, and I don't get it. I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand how 10 Anglo-Saxons can stand there with a mask on their face and attack another Anglo-Saxon because he's holding our country's flag and call him a Nazi, and continue to call him a Nazi, and that guy got slashed. I don't know if you guys realise there was some of that video I couldn't put in there, but yeah, I think like, yeah, I don't know, it's scary. If you ask me, I think it's scary. I don't understand all this violence. All this violence, man. Oh, I'm sorry you had to witness that. Hey, look, you don't have to apologise. It's not your fault. But I appreciate it. But, you know, yeah, I think that, like, and it goes for both sides of the, you know, there's two sides of this coin. Like, I seen things from both sides that made me think, fuck, you know. Oi, fucking JD gifted memberships, who got that one? Oi, YBTV, go Doors, congratulations, you can thank bloody JD for that one. But yeah, I seen things from both sides that made me angry, but if I have to say, as a whole, you know, like, if I'm talking about both what I seen as a whole was very well behaved, and it's always the same with everything. It's not like just because it's Australia Day, like people are misbehaving. Let's be honest. Like fuck, come on, first luck of the old sab. Like people, like yeah, and like I think that it's hard to explain how I feel about it, right? So although I am concerned about my children for the future, um, I'm concerned about my children for the future. I have to say that I am pleasantly surprised at how well behaved most of the people were on both sides. Now, that's not to say that I didn't hear things on both sides that I didn't want to hear. I didn't see things on both sides that I didn't want to see. But all in all, I think that most people were well behaved, and unfortunately, it's the minority that make it difficult for the majority because, and I think that that's the same with every single news story. It's the minority that make it difficult for the majority. There's levels to this shit. No, sorry, I actually didn't mean that. If you know, you know. So yeah, you know, and you know what? If I fucking really stutter when I'm like this, you know what I mean? That's how you can tell when I'm really passionate about something because I stutter a lot, yeah. And I think that you know people expected. Yeah, I think it's horrible what people expect to see what both from both sides, um, because that wasn't the case as a vast majority. Do you know what I mean? Now, once again, I didn't go to the speeches that the Invasion Day rally legends were having down there. I missed that. But from what I could hear from where I was staying, you know, there was some very, very um, poignant things getting spoken over the loudspeaker that makes me scratch my head because I feel like if I was saying that, now I'm not saying that anyone was treated differently, I'm just saying I feel like if I stood up in front of thousands of people and said, you know, say for instance the N word or stuff like that, I feel like I would be ostracized and I would be dealt with accordingly. And I just feel like from both sides, there was a lot of stuff that happened that no one wants to talk about. Which is sad, to be honest. Like, for me, like, I said this in all my videos, I expected to go there and see shit, yeah? I expected to go there and see people from both sides having confrontation. I expected that. But what I didn't expect to see was the hatred on the levels that it was. Now, that might not have been as easy for you guys to see on a screen, but from where I was and from where I was standing, now a lot of you guys, I know you heard it. You guys were there. I was on live. So a lot of you guys heard when I was standing on that main stage at the Australia Day rally, I was right up the top, yeah? So I was on they told me to get down and I wasn't getting down. Like, I don't play well with others and you don't tell me what to do. But anyway, I was like, she said, this is for media and camera people. I was like, well, I'm fucking both of them, so step off, fool. But I heard things, you guys heard things. I heard things that disgusted me from both sides of the fence. So I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, what about you, you fucking piece of shit? I don't do that. But I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it either. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I heard things from both sides of the fence, which is unfortunate because I feel like the vast majority of everyone who wanted to be there that day, yeah, you wanted your voice to be heard, and that's what it's all about. But I feel like the vast majority of people that went there to Melbourne on Australia Day were there for the right reasons, and I feel like it is the minority, same as it is in fucking, you know what I mean? And I don't even care. I don't even care if people are laughing about what I'm saying. Like, at least I went there. At least I went there and had an opinion because I went there. I'm not one of these other keyboard warriors that didn't go there and made fucking X amount of videos on their YouTube about it. No, I didn't do that. And I made it quite fucking clear that I am not taking sides on this matter. Like, um, as much as people would want you to say, like I said the other day while we were live, I said people think because of the way I look, people take one look at me and they'll swear. In people, if you are someone who doesn't like racists, which is most people, and but I feel like people have a look at me and they see the Aryan Brotherhood. I swear to God, that's my thought. I feel like people see me and they go, fuck, he looks like the Aryan Brotherhood. That guy is definitely a racist. Now, how many times did I say it over the weekend? I hate the way that people think that I want to hear their fucking obligatory remarks because I don't. I really don't. I really couldn't. I hate it when someone comes up to me and they think that they're like so smart for saying some fucking derogatory fucking term against a certain race or a certain religion, and they think they're so smart for coming up to me and saying that, and then the response that they get makes them realize very quickly that I'm not the person that they think I am. But I'll tell you what, it fucking pisses me off, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot, and especially I noticed it so much on Tuesday, Monday. I noticed it so much because I think that people just take a look at me and think, oh yeah, he looks like a racist. Like, let's be honest, if there was a quintessential fucking racist white person, I'd probably be it. Do you know what I mean? I've got tattoos on my face. I swear a lot. Oh. Good times. Biff, may I have your permission to use the Chaos Chronicles logos for a custom t-shirt saying walk in for Biff for MS, walk in mate. Fuck yeah, bro. Bro, you absolutely. So did you know, like in retrospect, you actually wouldn't have had to ask me for permission about that. I'm a public figure, so but yeah, oi, I respect you that you asked me that, but also I respect you for fucking doing that. Oi, legit. I will tell you what. I reckon I might do it this year. I reckon I might do the May walk for the MS. You know, my mum, my legendary mum. So while I was in prison, I got diagnosed with MS 2014. 2015, my mum gets diagnosed with lung cancer the first time, right? And my mum literally just had one lung taken out. You've only got one lung left. You know what? That May, do you know what my mum did? She still got up and went and done her walk for the MS people in May. And like, what a fucking warrior my mum is. I was like, Mum, because like I rang her that day and she's like, oh yeah, I've got a surprise for you tomorrow. But I'm thinking like a surprise, like I don't know. But like mum's like, I'm actually walking, doing the fucking the walk for the MS right now. I was like, Mum, you're not supposed to be doing that. Bless her cotton socks. Well, I'll tell you what. Every single bit of strength that is inside of me comes from my mother. That lady is a one of the seventh wonders of the world, and she keeps on amazing us. She does. That's my mum. Yeah, and like so, my mum, right? So you could imagine everything that I've told you I went through in my life. You could imagine how hard it was on a parent going through the shit that I went through. Like I've done 14 years prison, um, but I'm the youngest in my family, and I am by all rights the youngest person, the last person out of my family to jump into that life. Um, so by the time it got to me, Mumsy was well adapt to that whole bullshit. It's something that I'm not proud of, but it's something that my mum was used to before us kids even came around. Used to it with my dad. Myself and my dad are very much the same person, although I've done 100 times more jail. Mums rule the roost. This is the truth. You'll never, ever, ever hear me say, you'll never, ever hear me say that my mum is not the matriarch. My mum is not the number one most important person in my whole family. Obviously, yeah, I've got children and stuff too. But you know what? My children now have those same, like, values as I have because my mum has drilled it into them. And yeah, we love her for that. So, all right, legends, I'm going to stay on for another 12 minutes. Righto, we're here for another 12. Let's put some fucking music on. So you can tell my music's quieter, because when Ryder's here, he takes the speakers. Zeus, no more. Knowing that you're out there. And you found a melody. There ever was somebody who made me believe in me. It was your song. It was your song that made me sing. It was your voice that gave me wings. It was your light. This place will be done. I'll do my best. Anytime I doubt. Why? This place I belong. Dreams can come true. Of God's great angels like you. So I'm just connecting my speaker here so I can make it louder for everyone because yeah, it's all loud and stuff. Oh, how can I have... That doesn't make sense. There we go. Got it. Got it right. Note to self. Turn half of your Bluetooth items off, Biff.
I'm a man cut in half in this world, left in my misery. Reverend, he turned to me without a tear in his eyes. Nothing new for him to see.
Dude.
I didn't ask him why.
Look at this boy. Look at this boy. You boy. Oh, look how big this freaking dog is. Look at the shoulders on him. Mickey Big Rig, how you going, legend? I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gates. Alright, legends, I'm just going to use the ablutions. Look out, this boy. Look out. Look how big sexy. Look how big this is, Paul.
Thought I was alone, didn't care to look around, make this world my own. And when she died, I should have cried, spared myself some pain. You left me incomplete, all alone as the memories still remain. The way we were, the chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain. Believe the worst, I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gate. The way we were, the chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain. Believe the word, I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery gate.
Oi, night, text you bloody legend. Well, yeah, legends, I'll be jumping off in about 4 minutes. Yeah, just jumping off, Styles. Let's play some Chaos Crew song music, Styles. Oi, Hex, you bloody legend. Do you have to cover anything? So, Victoria is very much the last hurrah in the bikie laws, so to speak. So the one thing that Victoria didn't do and follow suit the way of the other states is You can't get in prison. You can't get in trouble for a tattoo that you got 10 years ago. Like, that is the most stupidest fucking law in the world. And, right, just because those numbers there represent the same numbers as a certain bike club use, it's illegal to now have the number 13 on yourself. Make that make sense. What a fucking joke. In all honesty, it's a different world that we live in when they can dictate what tattoos you can and can't get. And I know that people probably haven't thought about it at that level, but that's exactly what it is. Fancy being told what you can and can't get tattooed on you. And not only that, something that you do get tattooed on you will get you prison time. Broken. And thank fucking God I do not live that life anymore. That's all I've got to say. In all honesty, like Bon Voyage, fucking Que Sera, Sera, all the Oh, hi Zeus. What's the matter, Zeus? Who's your boy? You ready? Knuckles? Knuckles? Good boy. He knows the go. He can dab it up. He knows. He's so chilled out. He is and he's not. So like, I mean, he is a very chill dog, but he's also like very fucking ADHD as well. I mean, so am I. So like, I can't complain. But there are times when you're like, fucking hell, Zeusy, you know? Oh, 100%. Zeusy knows the Bluetooth. Don't be Brucey boy. Oi. All fed. Oi. Hang on, ready? We'll get a close up for everyone. You ready? Ready, Zeusy boy? Oh, hello. That's very freaking zoomed in-ish. No, that's all good. I'm actually about to jump off. So yeah, thank you to absolutely everyone, as always, for joining the live. It's absolutely awesome. We could not, with every single person in this chat is important. We could not have this chat without you legends. So every single one of you, give yourself a pat on the back. I think we've done really, really well to get this community to where we have. And do you know what I love? I'll tell you what I love, right? I love sitting there, and because like obviously the chat's right in front of me, I see it, and I love seeing the solidarity between everyone in the chat, right? I fucking love it. And it makes me very happy, and I really feel like everyone else is jumping on the community bandwagon and sees it for exactly what it is, you know? I love it. I love it that we have this, that we can all come here and feel comfortable. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter. If you come here to this community and you show respect, you will get nothing but a world of respect from absolute every single one of these legends in the chat. And I think everyone's made it quite clear, you know, we don't want any bullshit on here. I don't want any bullshit on the live. I know you guys don't want any bullshit on the live. And, you know, it affects everybody differently, the way how people act on the live. But if you guys want to know what the Discord server is, So that is the link right there for the Discord server. If you guys jump on that server there, most of the people that are in this chat right now will be in that server, and they are there being very present. And like we said to someone before, that if you are going through a hard time and you feel like you've got no one, don't feel like that, because there are people in this chat community right now that are on the Discord server that will 100% be more than happy to help you with what issue you have. And that includes myself. Now, I will say, I am not freely available as everyone else, but I do. There are people here in this chat that can say that, you know, I have come to them and I have tried to help them in every single way that they have hoped. But all I try and say is that obviously I am not as present on the server as I would like to be, but nevertheless, you can get a hold of myself or anyone else. So anyone in the chat here that is in blue, right? So you can see the people that are in blue. So they are moderators. They are moderators for our community. They keep everything at an awesome level. And as a matter of fact, you actually are doing quite well to write something in that chat and get it past one of these legends. I promise. Because there's a couple in there that you wouldn't like to be in a showdown with down at friggin' Deadwood Saloon and the music going. But yeah. Alright, legends. Thank you. Much love, much respect. I will be live tomorrow from 9 p.m. We will be doing our members giveaway tomorrow. We will be doing our subscribers giveaway tomorrow. So if you guys haven't been here before, every week we do a giveaway for one lucky subscriber, and we do a giveaway for one lucky member. And yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow. We usually do it on Friday, but because I sent so many out today, I thought we'd leave it till tomorrow. I don't want to get backed up again, because like it feels horrible. The last thing I want is for anyone to win a prize here and feel like, where's the prize? You know, that's the last thing I want. But I am like, basically when it comes to this stuff, a one-man team, but I am getting better at it. And yeah. But yeah, thank you to absolutely everyone. Thank you to all the moderators, as always. I couldn't do this without you, legends. And thank you so much. You guys are here every single time, and thank you so much. I legit couldn't do it without you guys. That's the truth. And yeah, thank you to all the subscribers and all the viewers, anyone who's joined tonight to watch. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And as always, watch this space, guys. We've got so much good stuff coming towards your direction over the next few weeks. I'm pretty excited about the new content, actually. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, as well. But yeah, I'm super excited. And I know that they're just going to be banging videos that everyone wants to see. So, all right, legends, much love, much respect. And I will see absolutely every one of you. We'll have a premiere tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then we'll have our live Q&A at 9 p.m. So much love, much respect. Bluetooth at Legends, gadoosh. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, much respect. Tattoos are silly? I don't know. Tattoos are what? I said at one stage I was going to get certain tattoos taken away, and people said that's what makes you. Don't get rid of it. But anyway, that's the truth. Tattoos aren't for everyone. But all right, legends, much love, much respect. We out.